Investigators say the baby was thrown from a stroller onto the street during that altercation. It happened at the intersection of Pine Avenue and Vineyard Lane. That's where we find News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur with more on the man's arrest. Georgia.
Yeah, Jen and Keith, well, I did be out in the neighborhood today, and I talked to neighbors, and they say they weren't surprised to learn that their neighbor had been arrested. We were told that a couple was walking along this sidewalk here when a confrontation started. It's unclear what happened, but a 10-week-old baby is now injured. Investigators say the incident happened Wednesday afternoon outside a quiet, gated Oldsmar community near the intersection of Pine Avenue and Vineyard Lane. According to deputies, an argument between two adults escalated, and during that encounter, an infant was thrown from a stroller and landed on the street.
All right, we're going to start off with Alex Wells.
Wells, who appeared before a judge Thursday afternoon in an orange jumpsuit. Court documents say Wells was involved in the dispute with the 10-week-old baby's father and was caught on video aggressively approaching the child and grandmother. Deputies alleged he then threw the stroller, causing the infant to be hurled onto the street. A witness told deputies they saw the infant thrown from the stroller onto the concrete.
You're on an aggravated assault on a person over 65 years of age. Right now it's no bond. You're also hearing a child abuse. Right now it's no bond. You're also here on resisting an officer without violence. Bond amount is $500.
The judge then set a bond at $10,000 each for child abuse and aggravated assault on a person over 65 years old, and a $500 bond for resisting officer without violence. And that baby was transported to St. Joe's Hospital in Tampa in the trauma unit. However, officers did not release the condition of that baby. Reporting live in Oldsmar, I'm Georgia MacArthur, 8 on your side.
I just want to know, if my car's okay, what my next step's going to be, and, a vehicle for me and my 3 children. I'm a single mom.
A lot to think about. The smoke from a dealership fire in Polk County has been cleared at this point, but customers want to know what's the condition of their vehicle. Polk County Bureau reporter Stacy DeSilva joining us live from Jarrett Gordon Ford Lincoln. This is in Winter Haven, and apparently this was a tricky fire to deal with. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, it's been kind of tricky to clean up from it as well, Keith. It's been very busy here. We got people doing inventory, we've got cleanup, we've got environmental services, we have damaged cars being towed away, all after this fire ravaged the service area here. Jessica Casto was scrolling social media posts about Polk County all night from Mississippi.
When I pulled up Jarrett Gordon on Facebook, I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is really engulfed.
Why would a Mississippi woman be so interested in this Winter Haven fire?
We were in Winter Haven visiting Legoland. And on our last day, my car broke down.
Her Ford Escape is at Jarrett Gordon Ford Lincoln in Winter Haven with something replaceable but precious inside.
There was a keychain hanging on my rearview mirror. It was a picture of me and my dad before he passed away.
So Casto is hoping for good news about her car. Officials tell News Channel 8 20 vehicles were inside the service area that went up in flames. At least some of them belonged to customers. Some vehicles outside the service area sustained windshield damage. The situation proved to be challenging for firefighters.
When our crews arrived, they heard horns beeping, horns going off. Nobody knows if that's just the equipment going off or if there's somebody in there in distress. So they immediately made sure there was no occupants whatsoever.
Winter Haven Fire Department Public Information Officer Jamie Brown says 2,000 gallons of oil was on site, along with other dangerous materials.
There were even tires popping, just things starting to explode, which was very hazardous to our crews going in.
Brown says crews got the fire under control in 35 minutes. And luckily, nobody was injured. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Representatives from the dealership declined to comment to us today, but did post on social media asking for patience and understanding. And they dispelled rumors that the fire was caused by an EV charger or battery. Keith?
Well, remain patient is one thing, but if your car's there, you're wondering what's going on and when you can get it back or if it even survives. So what do people do if they think they need to get involved here?
Yeah, you have to imagine people are desperate for answers. The police tell us to contact the dealership, of course, wait for patience. They are going through all these vehicles, trying to do inventory. Some of the tags are melted off, so they're having to go through VIN numbers. Obviously, they're getting the insurance companies involved, so it will take time, but be in contact with the dealership. Keith?
Stacy DeSilva live for us in Winter Haven. Thank you.
A young woman is fighting to recover after a deadly workplace shooting in Bradenton. She was shot 4 times and witnessed a co-worker being killed. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur spoke to the woman's family. She joins us live in Bradenton. Georgia?
Yes, Stacy, the victim's sister telling us that her sister underwent surgery this afternoon, so she is recovering. Her sister says she also worked at the facility with her sister and shared a desk. However, she was not there during the horrific shooting. Bradenton police say it happened inside a medical lab near 4th Avenue Circle last week. Investigators say Keith Roberts Jr. walked in and shot his ex-girlfriend, 29-year-old Myshayla Burnham, killing her, then turning the gun on her coworker who witnessed the shooting.
He was definitely trying to kill her because, like, the 4 shots, who makes it after being shot 4 times? She's extremely lucky.
Summer's sister, Savannah Freitag, works at the same facility, sharing a desk with her sister, but was not on shift that day. She says she learned about the shooting after a frantic call from her boss.
She was like, I don't know if Summer's okay. Someone came in with a gun and started shooting.
Summer was shot 4 times, hit in both arms, her leg, and chest.
They weren't sure if she was going to make it. She's actually like a living miracle right now because they really weren't sure.
A fast-moving brush fire in Highlands County spared homes, but it did not spare some prized possessions for evacuees.
News Channel 8's Stacy DeSilva shares what was lost and what fire officials are urging you not to do.
This is what's left of Mike Geyer's workshop, and over here is the back shed. Though the destruction is obvious and shocking for him, Mike tells us he is feeling grateful.
Thankful. I said, God, give me a break, and he did.
Mike Geyer looks around at his backyard and thinks he caught a break. His house is okay, and so are he and his wife. Wednesday afternoon, they saw a smoke cloud quickly morph into flames across the street.
I was throwing water on it, trying to do something, but it was actually pulsating, and I was afraid that maybe it would explode.
Heeding warnings from deputies, they evacuated their Lake Placid home. The 178-acre Bluebird Durance brush fire was contained overnight. Thursday, Florida Forest Service was back, checking for hot spots and cleaning up and cooling off the area. Officials say due to drought conditions, fires can spark in a snap.
Be responsible with your stuff. So if you're charcoal grilling and you threw your ashes in your yard, no, you may have cost your neighbor his house. It's that simple.
State investigators are looking into the cause of the fire. Again, extremely dry conditions mean any burning at all is not only dangerous, but illegal because of the burn ban. Reporting in Highlands County, I'm Stacy DeSilva, 8 on your side.
Cheated, lied to, or tricked? She's tackling every opportunity to make something that went wrong right. Better Call Bacon is on your side.
A Riverview woman says she is the victim of identity theft after she was charged for cell phone SIM cards, and she insists she never ordered them.
Yeah, she says at first she received the money back, but now that credit has been reversed and she was told case closed. And on your side, consumer investigator Shannon Bacon has the story.
I've done stories through the years about crooks using other people's identities to buy SIM cards and cell phones. This woman says that's exactly what happened to her.
Cherie Scarlett has had a tough year, recovering from 2024's hurricanes that wrecked her home. She's now settled in a new mobile home on her property and tells me she and her husband live frugally and watch every penny. So when she saw a debit card charge for $255 in November to Mint Mobile, a company she says she's never done business with, she panicked.
I immediately went into the bank, told them I did not order this, I did not receive anything, and I don't want to pay for it.
Cherie says when she called Mint Mobile, she was told the charge was for SIM cards. Her bank, Regions, credited her account, and she says she thought it was taken care of. But on December 28th, the money was taken right back out. She says Mint presented documentation to the bank that they claim showed she ordered the SIM cards herself.
They told me it had been delivered to my address, and I said, no, ma'am, it has not. I have a locked mailbox, number one. It was not delivered UPS or anything. I've never had any problem getting packages before. I said, what's the phone number? You know, if it's in my name, what's my phone number? And, oh, we can't tell you that information. I said, well, then, what's the birth date? Oh, we can't give you no information. Well, you're taking my money and you're using my name, but you can't give me any information.
No one from Mint Mobile has returned my calls for comment, but a spokesperson from Regions Bank tells me that they will take another look at this situation. As of right now, though, it appears they are standing by their decision based on the documentation provided by the merchant. I'm Shannon Bankin, 8 on your side.
After 5 hours of public comment, the Sarasota County School Board passed a controversial resolution today. It states the school district will cooperate with ICE and other law enforcement agencies. News Channel 8's Emmy Darkia shows us that debate.
Board Chair Bridget Ziegler's controversial resolution passed with a 3-2 vote. Other board members told the chamber that kids would not be snatched from their classrooms, but some who spoke today were still unhappy with the outcome.
You need to stay in your lanes and focus on things that are actually happening, such as the 9 Sarasota and Manatee teachers arrested for sexual offenses involving students in the last year.
Today's school board meeting was met with protests and tension on all sides.
Quite frankly, ladies, I've had sushi from gas stations that I have trusted more than I would ever trust the three of you.
The 150 speakers made their voices heard.
We cannot allow our district to become a place where lawful cooperation is treated as dangerous, or where employees feel empowered to obstruct law enforcement because of personal politics.
The majority students, parents, and grandparents
all immigrants, we need you.
That urged the board to vote no.
There is a freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean it's free of consequences.
Ziegler reiterated today the resolution is necessary to ensure the law is followed and that protocols such as the need for a warrant would not change. She told us the resolution stems from Tom Edwards' comments at a rally that opposed ICE earlier this month.
Well, she appeared on Steve Bannon's show to promote her resolution nationally and to egg on her local party leaders who now want the governor to illegally remove Mr. Edwards from office for exercising his First Amendment rights.
The Sarasota GOP is asking for the removal of Tom Edwards from the school board. Today's vote was met by an audience who said they would not stay silent in the upcoming general elections in November. In Sarasota County, Emmy Darkia, 8 on your side.
Within minutes, a Planning for Progress community meeting at Cross Bayou Elementary in Pinellas Park got testy.
I understand y'all are angry, but there are a lot of people that want to hear the answers.
50-plus families filed into the school's cafeteria Thursday night, saying no to a district recommendation to shut down the building that has programs for the deaf and blind.
I love this school so much, and I want this school to stay open. It needs to stay open.
The district says Cross Bayou only has about 250 students and is at 40% capacity. Between that and the nearly $5 million in needed repairs, officials say closing it down after this school year is the best fiscal choice.
So as you can see, and probably know as part of the community, Cross Bayou's enrollment has gone down every year over year.
The school board's Planning for Progress program also recommends shutting down Distant Academy in Gulfport, combining Bay Point Elementary and Bay Point Middle, and turning Oldsmar Elementary into a K-8 to consolidate and save money. Something even the kids say matters to the district, but not to them.
I felt connected to Cross Bayou because it was the first time I actually felt like I was able to be understood by deaf people and from hearing people.
In the 2-hour back-and-forth meeting, one thing was crystal clear. Parents would rather find the cash than walk away.
This school in particular is a beacon. It is a light.
Josh Pella. Now, the district says that nobody that works inside this building will lose their jobs, and all of the programs designed for children with disabilities, the deaf and blind students that are here, will be maintained regardless of what school they go to. There's still a couple of opportunities for parents to have public comment before a vote is scheduled on February 24th. Live in Pinellas Park tonight, Ryan Arbogast, 8 on your side.